My name's Brad, and I have COPD. My first treatment was a year ago, and I feel fantastic. I feel like when I get up, I could run a 10K, but by the time I get to the bathroom, I know I can only do very little. So, breathing was obviously the biggest issue. I went to a smoke cessation testing company for Shantex, and that's when I learned that I had COPD, but I had no idea what that was. But I did quit smoking. It's been 10 years now, but over the next couple of years after I quit smoking, I noticed I was having a harder time breathing. But then I finally decided to go to a pulmonologist, and at the same time my wife found out about the Lung Institute. So we went to the Lung Institute and went to a seminar and immediately signed up to take the treatment. And there's been a marked difference in my breathing and my whole well-being. It's a quality of life attitude that I'm looking for. And with the Lung Institute, I think I've found that. The book, according to the Lung Institute, said 4 to 6 months. I think psychologically I felt better the next day, but I'm sure it took 3 to 4 months. I did do the booster shot that they recommended at that time to help improve, plus the glutathione that they recommended. So, but I think truthfully probably about 4 to 5 months I saw a marked difference. What they do recommend, and they kind of pass it over, but you can't just sit back and let this stuff work. You have to help it, and diet and exercise. And I worked out 4 times a week, and that just made all the difference in the world. So you just can't be lazy about it. You have to help it. I could walk maybe 10 to 20 steps and be out of breath. Now I can walk about a half a mile slow. It's not running like I run a 10K, but slow. But I can make it and walk it. My wife walked with me all the time, every time. But I think that's the biggest difference, and I just feel so much better. Just again, the quality of life. If you had 2 choices before, either a lung transplant that hasn't been working out too well, and then the stem cells. So we opted obviously for stem cells to begin with. My wife and my kids can notice a marked difference in my appearance, that I looked much healthier than I did. Maybe I looked much uglier than I am. So they say that my appearance is 100% improved. My pulmonologist, after I took the treatment, and I did not tell her that I took the stem cells, told me I had a 30% increase in volume of air, but she said I still have severe COPD. But I feel much better than I ever have since I've had COPD. I had asked my pulmonologist what she thought about stem cells. She said she didn't like it. And I asked her why, and she said, because I don't know anything about it. Now this is over a year now, but I think that's the general consensus. Many of them are not familiar with how good the stem cells do. Obviously, I've had many people calling me about it and want to know if this is Dr. Quack, you know, in the Lung Institute. But I've assured them that that's not true, because I'm living proof that it's better. I understand, because it is a little expensive to do that, and I am by far wealthy at all. I'm just a poor guy working. Well, I don't work. My wife does now. I'm trying to get her another job, but she won't do it. But you have to sacrifice. If it's beans and rice and beans, it's worth the effort to get this treatment done. I just firmly believe that it's been an asset to me. I would love to be able to walk a good mile, or at least walk a half mile without running out of breath. But it's going to take exercise. I want to continue to improve my life. I'm only 75, so I've got a long way to go, and I want to make it the best that I can.